How's it going, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Factorio. Again, this should be the last one in our back-to-back-to-back episodes. But otherwise, hope you guys have been enjoying the series so far. If you guys know what to do already, smash that like button, and let's get into the episode. So, last episode we are working on the bootstraps, set up getting things going. However, ruh-roh, things have spoiled. That's not good. You do have pentapod eggs. How long do we have on them? 8 minutes. Okay, we need more nutrients, which means this needs nutrients, which means this needs fruit, which means we need to steal the fruit. Steal your fruit. Okay. That goes there. That goes there. The only location for this should be there right now. Okay, good. This is gonna make this. We're just gonna make this. Should kind of just loop in a big circle. Excellent. Cool. And that now has that. That now has more of these. Let's grab these. Anyway, hope everybody's doing well. Now, this is going to be kind of a bit of a speed run because I don't actually know how my timings are going to work. I say it's a speed run. The episode itself is not a speed run, but my timing for tonight is because I have a lot to do and not a lot of time to do it, unfortunately, before I'm not able to edit or record things because unfortunately all that software is on my desktop and I'm only going to have my laptop with me. For anybody watching this, by the way, as these episodes are coming out, I know this is going to be a hindsight thing, but if you're watching this in the playlist, it will make a little bit more sense. But if you're watching it as this is coming out, this is like 3 weeks since I started talking about this, so you guys are probably thinking I'm completely nuts. Trust, okay? These 3 episodes, 30, I think it's 34, 35, and 36. If I'm not wrong, probably am, but we'll see. We're all recorded back to back to back, so that is why things seem not coherent, but really they are. If you watch it from the playlist perspective, trust, it is coherent. I promise, most of the time. Okay, so we're good here. This is mostly functioning. Mostly. Now, the things it's missing are pentapod eggs. Surprisingly, actually. Pentapod eggs. The main burner for this is this, but we don't have any. Why do we not have any? Because I believe we don't have any pipe. Get some pipe casted? Is that an option here? We need iron ore. Oh, hey, we have tons of that. Well, I say we have tons, but at least we're making some now. I'm gonna go ahead and just throw down requester chest for both of that. Both of that, both of those. And then we don't want the bacteria, we only want iron. Cool, we already have one for copper. Let's go. Sweet. Okay. So now notice the belt is going to clear up significantly. Part of that reason is we're able to handle all of the products accordingly most of the time. Now this guy here should now be able to go on that. Yes. Okay, cool. As for this guy, yep, they are now getting produced. Would like to get one of those. Wait, is that just a heat? What is that, a heat exchanger? How can I make a heat exchanger? Can I make that in my inventory? I say that as I've never made one, but I have made them. They have been made. Let's get one of those. Yeah, we're probably gonna need a bunch. I forgot, I can't shift left click. The reason I disabled that is for the 100% run, and I don't want to have to re-enable it all and then disable it all. Although I wish it was world specific rather than just the whole game being like that, but whatever. Let's go ahead and grab some iron, make some steam turbines. Wow, that is freakishly expensive. Okay. Can you make anything useful? No. None of that's going to be useful to me right now. Okay. So we are almost there. Why does it seem like it's not working anymore? That's a great question. We do need a constant combinator. How many of those are we missing? 33. Okay. We need iron, which means these guys need to exist. Okay. How many of these do we need? 33. 5. Sorry for the clicks in advance. Okay, should be more than enough. Then how many of those do we need? That should be more than enough. Okay. So that gives us all of that. We're slowly producing that, and then of course we should now have this back on GLEBA. Excellent. Drop those down to the planet's surface. Go ahead. Nope. 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 You're staying here. You're staying here. Yo. Bad. Bad spaceship. Is it just gonna slowly drift towards Flagora now? I'm confused. How does that work? Does it hit 0 and it just resets? It goes in reverse. Interesting. Negative velocity. Okay. Good to know. We now have... Yep, I was gonna say that should now completely just disappear. We now have everything we need. And then... that can just go there. In its entirety. Yeah, I'll say it's gonna probably just completely drop off the face of the earth as to the needs that we need. Oh, see, those are 14 heat exchangers. Are they over here? No, no, I don't think they are. Huh, okay. Well, let's throw those there. That should get us all of those. Okay, so this is able to burn everything. This is technically fully functioning. I mean, we did see it was kind of functioning earlier. What is missing? I think mainly just the fruit. I think without any fruit, nothing's really happening. Why do we have no fruit? There is fruit. It has no seeds. Why does it have no seeds? Great question. What actually happened? What? Now I'm baffled. Huh. Did we just not make seeds? I'm confused. Where did the seeds go? Like, I'm pretty sure this is net positive. I don't think it's a decay function. Now I'm confused. And a little concerned. If you know where the seeds went, please advise, because I don't know where they went. Because this thing was supposed to be producing more than we would likely ever need. Now we get to go play hunt down more seeds. And by hunt down more seeds, I mean hunt down more crop so we can get more seeds. There we go. There we go. There we go. Is that what I want? It's not great, but it's enough. There we go. Like so, like so. That should be good. Okay. This should produce more seeds. Okay. I don't know why. Well, oh, I know where everything went. It's all sitting on our belts. That would, in fact, do it. Let's just take some of these, throw them in this machine. There we go. Oh. Oopsies. Put them in the wrong thing. Ruh-roh. Yeah, we don't have the production to keep this monstrosity going. These are all going to decay well before we actually ever use them. Oops. That's on me. Okay. Why does nothing have power? Is that just an oversight? I think it's an oversight. Makes me wonder if the other one's also an oversight. Okay. That should have power. What? Oh, no, it does not. That is actually not great. Why don't you have power? That really now does, in fact, seem like big oversight to me. It's not. Okay, I'm floating. Game. Yeah, I see what's going on. There's technically not actually enough room there to reach them. Oh, and I have no idea how I'm gonna reach that. How am I reaching these on any of the other worlds? Unless it's just the better version of them. It's the only thing I can think of. Also, why am I requesting? Oh, yeah, no. We want to trash that. Huh. Okay. Well, that is kind of working. Well, looks like we're now below 1,000 items we need. Things are getting made. We do need repair packs, which... Again, let's, just click 1,000 times. The more I am like, I'm not going to unbind it, or I'm not going to rebind it, like, I should have just bound it. This is the worst thing I could have done to myself. Anyway. I was hoping we can get science today. I was really hoping we could get science. I think we can. I think we can. I think we are just missing something, maybe? Oh, we need water for this. Oopsies. Well, that shouldn't be too hard to get. We have water on tap. Okay, well that gives us water. There's also a siren here for when you don't have any pentapod eggs and it freaks out. I'm not going to build that because I don't need that sound. It is really annoying. Okay, so the farms, I think, are just the primary issue. Well, we can actually technically fix that, kind of. I say we can technically kind of fix it because there is, somewhere on here, there is special landfill that... Oh, excuse me. I had a peanut butter toast earlier, and it is not wanting to cooperate with me. It uses the seeds, which isn't the greatest, but it is at least able to produce us something. Now, the harvest of those spores was not great. The problem is those fruit are going to this rather than the other thing, and this is a full chest of them. Problems indeed. I think we're gonna have to diagnose that. Okay. Well, let's worry about getting the soil made so we can expand the farms so we can get more of that, I think is the plan. So let's go hunt for some yamco fruit down here in the south. That way we can get more seeds, so that way we can get more landfill, so that way we can get more seeds, sort of thing. Up we crossed over. I think it's this. It's the stuff that kind of looks like the fungus from The Last of Us. That's what that looks like. Okay. You know what? We are going to... we can just disable it. Let's go. Perfect. It's going to completely dump those inventories into actually useful things. And then it's going to spoil, and then it's going to turn into spoilage. Excellent. We are winning. Kind of. There we go. Okay, so that's not going to produce that. Which is now going to produce this. Which, ooh, that still isn't going to work. Well, if this makes things... I need like one more nutrient game. Actually, I need more than that. You're not working because you don't have nutrients or pentapod eggs. You have pentapod eggs. No? No. No pentapod eggs. Not great. Oh, yeah. I'll also go ahead and throw those in there. Construction robots can go fix things that apparently need repair packs. I'll get that off our screen. Ugh. See, GLEBA is really annoying because it is such an engineering annoyance because you have to design it in a different way you normally would your factory. Like, I'm trying to force a main bus in this, but you really can't have extra product on your belt. Like, this sitting here is only going to hurt us. It does not help us. It doesn't really buffer like it would in a traditional sense. So in all honesty, if we really wanted to be efficient, we could literally snake it from here, and directly in, rather than trying to follow a pattern, make it kind of look decent-ish. Although it is designed from a older design that I was working towards, that I saw somebody else do something similar for, and, well, needless to say, we have these to burn off any and all excess stuff, which is kind of the name of the game. This guy, we need spoilage. Who would have thunk? I need spoilage so that we can get this, so we can get these. Do we have, yes we do, Bioflex. Go into that machine. There we go, make me nutrients so that all of these other machines can function. Good, we are making things. Things are being made. We do need eggs. Let's go get some eggs. Let's get ammo, then let's go get some eggs. Oof, that would have been bad. It's a lot more ammo than I need. We only need 2 eggs, but as you can see, they do slowly start encroaching on your territory if you are not careful. Okay, our turret defense is pretty good. The power isn't defended, but they shouldn't really attack us. Actually, it's going to be better to put over here. This essentially guarantees that we're always going to have more pentapod eggs, because what it does is it first outputs and then it takes it back in. So it guarantees that there's another cycle. From here, what it then does is it then injects it into the science, and then if both of these machines fill up, like there's enough pentapod eggs produced, any overage, there's a chance for it to go down here, there's one chance for it to pass through, and then if neither of these still don't need it, it gets burned. So that way we don't end up with excess pentapod eggs, which is really good. Kind of what I designed up here, but not entirely quite. So for instance, this is designed to output, input, output, input, output, input. And then when you get down here, these are downstream, so it's designed that these take in from the upstream, and then these just output. But technically I should probably swap them so that way it mirrors it. I just didn't. But otherwise it functions essentially the same idea. And this is partially where I got the idea for the larger one, is okay, we have each of these components. I think when we eventually redesign the thing that I'm currently building at some point for efficiency purposes, I'm probably going to mirror it very similar to this, where we have raw spoilage production here, this here, and everything just kind of flows clockwise, with the only difference being more distance between each of these cells. At least that's the idea. Because I'm pretty sure this isn't really ratioed, it just exists, and it's just coincidentally able to handle all of it. But notice, we now have science. Science that lasts an hour. So at the time of production, assuming your bioflux is mostly fresh, same thing with the pentapods, you get science packs, which have a spoil time of an hour. So we have to be very cautious of that, but it is important to know that we have, where is it? This right here. We can make the spoil timer go up with the requirements. So eventually legendary spoils very, very slow at 2.5 hours, which is considerably better than an hour, but an hour is still plenty of time nonetheless, because taking into account everything, if you ship it back, should only take 5 minutes max, really, to get back to novice from here. So then from there, you have 55 minutes. Now assume 10 minutes for production and getting it on a rocket and getting it up to your ship, 45 minutes. And then once it's at novice, unloading and sitting on a belt to however close to your rocket silo depot to your labs are, and then you're going to have probably another 5-10 minutes. So you probably have about a half hour realistically with the science, and that's usually going to be more than enough. Now, we are going to produce these, and these are probably going to spoil, unfortunately, just because, unless we happen to get enough sort of thing. But anyway, it is that time. I hope you guys enjoyed. We do now have science. It is excellent. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys did, you guys know what to do. Smash that like button if you haven't done so already. And with that, I'll see you guys in the next one. See you guys next week. Peace out.